The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel offers a fresh perspective on how people think about money. Instead of focusing on technical financial advice or investment strategies, the book delves into the psychological aspects of money management, emphasizing that success in personal finance is more about behavior than knowledge. Housel shares timeless lessons on wealth, greed, risk, and the emotional side of financial decision-making. The book comprises 20 short chapters, each with unique insights and real-life examples to explain how emotions, mindsets, and habits influence our financial choices. Key concepts and insights. No one's crazy. 1. People make financial decisions based on their own life experiences, which can vary dramatically. 1. As a result, what might seem like irrational behavior to one person may be perfectly reasonable to someone else. 1. Housel argues that understanding this perspective is key to grasping why people manage money in different ways. 2. Everyone's financial perspective is shaped by factors like when and where they were born, what kind of economy they grew up in, and the financial crises they've experienced. 2. This subjective experience means no one is truly crazy about money, they are just making decisions based on their own unique set of experiences. Luck and risk. 1. Success is often the result of a combination of luck and risk. 1. Housel emphasizes that we should not simply credit people's financial success solely to their efforts or blame their failures on poor decisions. 1. Sometimes, being in the right place at the right time plays a big role, as does unforeseen risk. 2. A key takeaway is that financial outcomes often hinge on luck, but sound decision-making should always account for risk. 2. Housel stresses the importance of humility in understanding that not everything is within our control, and we should always leave room for the unexpected. Never enough. 1. One of the most dangerous emotions in finance is greed. 1. Housel discusses how some people are never satisfied with what they have, which can lead to risky decisions in pursuit of more wealth. 1. The desire to accumulate more, without appreciating what is already achieved, can result in catastrophic losses. 2. He cites examples of wealthy individuals who took unnecessary risks because they didn't know when to stop or what enough looked like for them. 2. The lesson is that knowing when you have enough and avoiding the pitfalls of endless ambition are critical for long-term financial security. Compounding. 1. Compounding is one of the most powerful forces in finance, yet it's often misunderstood. 1. Housel explains that the key to great wealth creation is not necessarily high returns but long-term, consistent returns. 1. He uses the example of Warren Buffett, who has amassed much of his wealth because he has been investing for over 80 years, not because of astronomical returns. 2. The lesson here is that time in the market, patience, and consistency are far more important than trying to get rich quickly. 2. Small gains, compounded over time, can result in massive wealth. Getting wealthy versus staying wealthy. 1. Housel differentiates between getting wealthy and staying wealthy. 1. The traits that help people get rich, such as risk-taking and aggressiveness, aren't necessarily the same traits needed to maintain wealth, which require conservatism, caution, and the ability to avoid ruin. 2. To stay wealthy, one must prioritize survival over extraordinary gains, adopt a strategy of long-term planning, and understand the importance of not risking everything for short-term rewards. 2. He emphasizes the importance of savings as a tool for wealth preservation. Tails, you win. 1. In finance, as in life, the majority of outcomes often come from a small percentage of actions or events. 1. Housel uses the metaphor of tails, rare, high-impact events, to explain how success in investing or life often hinges on a few key decisions or moments. 2. A major insight is that you don't need to be right all the time, you just need a few big wins to make a significant difference. 2. Understanding that a small number of investments, business deals, or life choices will disproportionately impact your long-term success is crucial. Freedom. 1. The ultimate goal of money, according to Housel, is freedom, the ability to control your time and make choices that are aligned with your values and desires. 1. True wealth is not necessarily about luxury, but about having options. 2. He argues that having control over your time and independence from obligations or constraints is the highest form of wealth. 2. This mindset shifts the focus from material possessions to autonomy, and living a life that reflects personal priorities. Man in the car paradox. 1. Housel introduces the man in the car paradox, which highlights how people often assume that others will admire them for their wealth and possessions. 1. However, when people see someone driving an expensive car, they aren't thinking about the person in the car but about themselves and how they would feel driving that car. 2. The lesson is that spending money on expensive items to impress others is futile because people are more focused on themselves than admiring someone else's wealth. 2. True wealth is quiet and doesn't need external validation. Wealth is what you don't see. 1. Many people misunderstand wealth, thinking it is represented by flashy items like cars, homes or luxury goods. 1. However, Housel explains that true wealth is what you don't see: savings, investments, and financial security. 2. Being wealthy is about having unspent money and the ability to live comfortably without worrying about financial crises. 2. This highlights the difference between being rich, owning things, and being wealthy, having financial stability and security. Save money. 1. Housel emphasizes the importance of saving for its own sake, not just to reach a specific goal. 1. He argues that saving gives you options, flexibility, and the ability to handle life's uncertainties. 2. A common mistake is assuming that saving should be directly linked to a future expense or goal, but in reality, savings can provide peace of mind and the ability to take advantage of unexpected opportunities. Reasonable greater than rational. 1. Financial decisions don't always have to be perfectly rational, they just need to be reasonable. 1. Housel explains that people often become obsessed with optimizing every financial decision, but life is unpredictable, and sometimes what makes sense in theory doesn't align with real-world emotions or circumstances. 2. It's more important to have a financial strategy that works for you emotionally and psychologically, even if it isn't the most mathematically optimal. Surprise. 1. Housel warns that the biggest risk in finance is what we can't see or predict, surprises that lie in the future. 1. He advises people to always plan for the unexpected and to have a financial cushion that can absorb shocks from events that no one saw coming, such as economic recessions, health crises, or personal misfortunes. Room for error. 1. When making financial decisions, it's crucial to build in a margin of safety. 1. Housel emphasizes the importance of having room for error in plans, whether it's in terms of budgeting, investing, or career decisions. 2. Expecting the unexpected and planning for things to go wrong ensures that you won't be devastated by unforeseen circumstances. 2. He encourages people to be cautious, conservative, and to avoid taking unnecessary risks that could lead to financial ruin. You'll change. 1. People change over time, and so do their financial goals. 1. Housel suggests that it's important to recognize that what you want today might not be what you want in the future. 2. He encourages financial flexibility, understanding that the life decisions you make today should account for the fact that your priorities and values will likely shift as you grow older. Key lessons and takeaways. 1. Money is more about behavior than knowledge. While technical skills and financial literacy are important, it's your habits, mindset, and emotional responses that will ultimately determine your success with money. 2. Wealth is about freedom and control over time. The goal of building wealth is not to accumulate material possessions but to gain the freedom to live life on your own terms. 3. Understanding risk and luck. Financial outcomes are often influenced by factors beyond your control, so it's crucial to manage risk wisely and acknowledge the role of luck in success. 4. The power of compounding. Small, consistent financial decisions compounded over time can lead to significant wealth. 5. Stay humble and be aware of surprises. The future is unpredictable, so always plan for uncertainty and build financial cushions to weather unforeseen events. Conclusion. In The Psychology of Money, Morgan Housel offers a refreshing take on money and finance by focusing on the psychological and behavioral aspects of financial decision-making. The book teaches that financial success is not just about knowing how to make the right investments but about understanding human nature, avoiding greed, being patient, and planning for the long term. Housel's wisdom encourages readers to rethink their relationship with money, prioritize security and freedom over wealth for its own sake, and develop habits that lead to sustainable financial well-being. The book is filled with real-life stories and timeless lessons that are applicable to anyone, regardless of their financial situation.